Palantir, and then tomorrow we get SpaceX. Palantir up 1.2%, not doing too much. I know we've
up in air quotes.
Yeah, up, yeah. And then we also do know, has been just cruise side right there. So, like I was saying before, when everybody thinks negative, we'll have to wait to see what comes with SpaceX. The fourth SpaceX. So up 3% there. A little violent, obviously on that day. That we'll look out for that, and then the lockups on the 6th, where we'll see if people start to dump. It was AMC because that was
continue to dump.
Yeah, continue to dump their shares. That was AMC has had. So that's the next AMC lows, man. This thing back last month, beginning of July, ripped all the way to $3. So I don't know what your accounts. I think it went up almost 100%. So that was a really nice move there for AMC, and of course, back to a spot where it's almost made that exact same. And again, good hype over the last little while. You had Obsession, you had Odyssey, and now you have Spider. Little summer, I think. Backrooms. Yeah, Backrooms, another great one there. Yeah, Backrooms is a great one. Now going to have to be taken into consideration that some kind right there. I know everybody wants me to look at the futures. So what's up there as well? I know I've been watching this thing just absolutely take and trying to find when we get back. But let's go over to Adara right now. We're a little late. Back and have a look at the NASDAQ.
Really strong start here to what's going to be a very busy week. We'll start with this. For those who say never see Oracle, I will give Oracle full credit for being up 5.5%. And it's not the only strong name in Texas. Google, Microsoft, Meta, start today, and other names in the SaaS and overall tech services space like ServiceNow, Palantir, CrowdStrike, all really strong. We get Palantir reporting after the bell today. Really volatile. Finance, mostly great, but there are a lot of names that are sharp. BlackRock and Blackstone both up. And you've got Capital One up nearly 4%, guys. You've got consumer durable strong, transportation strong, retail trade kind of strong here, led by, of course, 5% move to the upside in Amazon, which is the first time. And you've got weakness in the likes of health tech. Eli Lilly actually had a breakthrough designation earlier this morning. Not really caring about this catalyst much as it pulls to the downside, but then you've got ISRG, Boston Scientific, all sharply green. These are all names that pulled back relatively recently, specifically Stryker and BX. Then you've got electronic technology, last but not least. Is there going to be a really mixed sector, even within smaller? For example, these names within the memory space, you've got weakness in WDC, Micron, but then you have SanDisk to the upside. You've also got Boeing, Boeing, Dell, Nvidia strong, but then Broadcom and Apple pulling back. So this is the mix today, guys.
we said we would talk a little bit about what was the name again? We just got a super chat on it. Oh no, I forget what it was.
Super chat?
But we just had maybe. Someone asked us about it.
There is a super chat.
When we get back, maybe it was it. 50 anyways on it. What was it? What was it?
There is a super chat, but it couldn't have been because I think it came when we were up.
No, it wasn't AU.
It wasn't that.
Darn it, my bad.
That was the future.
Somebody asked. Oh, it was the future.
But thank you, Zach, for the
Yeah.
super chat. What do you think about AUR in the long term?
What is Aurora to know what that is?
Yeah, I don't.
Aurora Innovations. Thus, Aurora that I knew about was Aurora Cannabis. I lit up on that one. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about, but yeah, Aurora.
I mean,
there.
We'll always be real and say got a
long term.
Yeah, give me a quick little segment. I'll just trend break, same usual nonsense. Right close, prior close, fill on for it to get to the and then jump back into short. But yeah, for Aurora, if I'm looking at it the first time, and we'll tell you right off the bat, this is the first time I am looking at this name. So when you're looking for the long term, mental reasons for liking it or your own reasons for liking it. All we do is simply look at the chart, tell you what we see, and breaks. So a stock that's breaking out. Let's just downtrend to be able to break is good because you got a rounded bottom. Then it kind of makes a break of the 200 period. Upward sloping 200 period, which doesn't hurt, and then you try to 50 while simultaneously breaking out on the daily chart. So it's like in theory, 680 to be the real break on the day. Theoretically, so moving average, it's not a bad looking chart about it that stands out, relative to the anything that I've seen, but yeah, not bad in terms of the chart and what you're looking for. One of the things, when you have a smaller company that has been trending down, Brian Shannon would always say, when you got the upward sloping 200 period average. That's
I'm just getting ready to submit this so I can get my ass paid. Okay, so just still trying to work through. You want to talk? So if we're gonna look at again, you can look at the NQ, the ability here to do all of that kind of stuff as well, right? Looking at the NASDAQ or looking at the itself. Futures, and I always try to look and bring it down a little bit, like on a 5. So here's for the Qs. Here's 5. So if we have a quick look at the minute, broken above. So I think that's something where if we're above, the week's range or something like that, I really only want to try to look long. However, this rate here, we're not above. We just got right into trend is higher. It's looking great, but right now, right here, at where the top from Friday, I actually think that there is an opportunity now to use sort of 6 in the NASDAQ. Maybe are out. If you're going to take it here. was Apple earnings, and we saw that move come right to the down 9 or 10%, and then have today a get back in NVIDIA, and we've been looking at DRAM and X, and Microsoft's shooting today, so was Meta. So that's created a love back in the NASDAQ, but is it really necessary? I mean, we've already had love. So we looked at Apple. Apple's still at 50, so it's kind of just not doing too much. Of Google shooting upside today as well. So, yeah, just be careful. And here it is on a longer time. You have the RSI down here, so this is a 15-minute chart. You are starting to get to potentially, again, come up to 80, 85 or so RSI. So there still is work to do, but here is right here, right now. So you break above here, I think there is more up. Based on last week's Fed, I mean, it was just one pullback Wednesday, and then it just took off, man. Thursday up, Friday up day, today up day. Is rewarding Kevin Warsh and Tony there for some of their talk, and it just keeps on going higher. You got a rate hike coming, so market's still getting upside right now. So
is it though? Pricing in, but there's been lots of analysts that are like, it's not going to happen. I think it was Goldman Sachs came out like, it to happen. The aforementioned Tom Lee, of course, said it wasn't going to happen, but I roll my eyes because he thought it would always. So I think it's a bit of a mix. The market has been saying, hey, these
it's just the other way. So we saw
but it's true. Like the market's saying it should be there.
Yeah. So
December.
December was supposed to be 2 cuts, I think, or two hikes. Yeah, so there's a chance, 35% chance that 2 rate hikes come November.
That was higher on Friday.
So
that was actually higher than it was. I think it was
stopped Intel there as it took out the highs, which is completely fine. But anyway, so there it goes right there. Watch tool there for December. Looks like one. I think September. There's only two more. This is almost the same way, and it was a no. So now it's going to be a yes. It's looking like. So we'll wait as lots of data to come, and
they want to cut back on meetings too.
Lots of opinions.
There's a lot of changes happening with cut back to the minimum number of meetings. Or 6, and that's something that Warsh already wants to do, like less guidance, which almost implicitly, if the Fed is hitting less of what they're going to go, we're going to Dara, it is time for Money Talks, and we have a
You guys can cover some of the same stuff that was just mentioned, but I do want to start here by mentioning something that has nothing to do with the U.S. dollar. RIB here, Middle East news agency, reporting that has formally invited Foreign Minister Arghachi to visit Islamabad, Pakistan, with the earliest opportunity. So it seems like potentially more efforts here from mediator Pakistan. Wait and see if anything comes of that. Let's take a look here at the U.S. dollar as of right now. Bottoming tail candle forming here around support from that 99 level a half ago now to June mid-June 2026, bouncing off it again today, and currently green on the dollar following a 4-day selling streak. Let's see if the supply can continue to bounce. Now, Neil mentioned, right now you've got about a 2/3 chance of a hike, 1/3 chance of rates being held at that September. It's actually 3 meetings left here, so September, October, and December. Now, maybe not. Assuming we get in September, we wouldn't get another one until March of 20. Last week, we were seeing a second hike potentially in December 26. So very like those 2 hikes, we just might not get the second one this year. Now, in terms of the Fed, the minimum amount that are allowed are 4 per year. They currently have 8. They currently have 8 per year when it comes to meetings and press conference. Now, Jerome Powell is actually the knowledge in my understanding when I did the tie infographic that actually did be consistent. Before that, they were not. I think the minimum amount they're allowed to have is 4. Fed Chair Warsh said during his confirmation hearing in April, want to have just 4. He'd want to have more than 4. So it's unclear how many he'd want to have, but he would be above the minimum, according to here. Here's a quick update on that CME Fed Watch tool, as Sean and Neil just mentioned. We could be, but we might be getting that second one later than previously.
It is 4. I think that'll be great for volatility in trading. It might not love it as much, but the market doesn't care what's going on. They don't care. Does it really matter that the 20-year TLT is breaking well above the 5% on the 30? Doesn't seem to matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter what the bond market thinks.
It doesn't matter.
Shut
Yeah.
Time greatest. Well, whatever. That specifically, there's that on the mic, and then there's like it's him or Ric Flair, and I'm trying to. One of the 2. That was that last year, and we're able to some out on the way down, but then it immediately broke. At least we had a bit of a stop on this one, but flying to the upside now. And we did have a couple after the aura. It was T was up, was into Tesla. Tesla breaking out. Well, I mean, everything's breaking out. It's oversold and based over 3-5 days. Zoom out. It's now and will do plus 50. Well, it's a 300 reverse. I still thought it was more like the 2 level, just technically would have looked better on the daily. After breaking down under prior support, it's a rounded bottom. Just keep in mind, round work. Well, the 325 is the resistance from that rounded bottom. So that's probably today. It was up. We have another one from Dragos. CoreWeave News, data centers rip. That is all. Jeez. Well, nice and concise. Yeah. 13% here. CoreWeave on the day. This is the one doing the biggest today. Yeah, CoreWeave definitely takes the cake. Like this was the most. Oh, my Stream Deck's not working.
Oh no! Oh, you probably didn't open it because
that restarted my PC, so I have to actually actually open Stream Deck, and then I can hit buttons on it. Actually, even gonna open. Did it open anywhere?
I don't know. I'll get it all figured. Everybody, for one. Yeah, there it is. Powered up. All right. We only two ideas today, a couple different times in and out. Apple, my P&L number one, and then we got out. This was a good one. We didn't. We tried to get at 50s there. So quickly in and out of in, but just those two ideas for myself today, and both relative, both very profitable, but Apple much more than others. So that's a look that we can always consider for next trade as we come back for you guys at 2 p.m. Join left of me here. Both Joe will be coming through with some heat in just a matter of minutes. This keeps on halting, and I just keep on looking at it, and it just opens again. So 81 million shares gaze on that. It looks like most of the volume there out the open, right? And I mean, as it comes, so now it's just halting, right? LUD was a halt. That's about it, man. Yen hasn't halted since. And then morning that we had back before, we had INHD. Inno was one that had looked around for INHD. And earlier on, we had that YYAI stock that was, again, open today, if you're here in the pre-market with Refrain company, and now that's at 14-15 cents. This had a 200 on our watch list. Now it's only up 17%. Still hit 725 anytime in the next 3 weeks. Let me look, and I will tell you. How far away is that? 725? Yes, it would. So that would be my response to that one. We would only need, 7%. I think that's, wait a minute. If we get 10% on this, let me see. Percent? I think so. I think there's a good opportunity for the Qs in 3 weeks for sure. I mean, a settling down oil, could be the play. And remember, it does memories. So if we can come back up into here, especially with being pretty hot fire, all with Apple being down 10%. So if we catch a little bit and Nvidia to go upside again, I don't see any reason why the Nasdaq can't be where it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks. So my answer to that is a definitive yes. I think that you'd be happy trading the Nasdaq next couple of days if you went that. So yeah, my answer to that would be a yes. So thanks for chat, and you never know what's going to happen, but strong possibility. It's another 1% today. Odds looking much better right now earlier. So yeah, still lots of positivity there.
Especially with what's going on in the bond market. If there's everything depends on time frame, but I'm surprised if the move in the long end of the bond market trend, if we're able to hold these gains. That said, TLT is slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
You are seeing it calm down today, right? Like flat. So we're not falling all over anymore. Remember, yields go up, right? So this is yielding down is yields going up. So as long as tend to be in the camp only you can only ignore what's going on in the bond market for so long. And one of the things that haven't talked too much about is this intervention in Japan is not a small. Shows a lot of concern if they were to sell treasuries. So like there is that overhang in the markets, but oil down is going to be fine. Monster earnings have been a really good sign as well. And remember, single mega cap tech company has had considered to be a good quarter. The only one I think you can maybe pick on would be Meta. I don't think you could say that. Really say it about Apple. Maybe you can call it mixed. I think it was pretty good. It was services but the underlying as well, and then all of the cloud names did drastically. You can't really there. The earnings that come this week probably as much SpaceX we care about. Palantir we hear individually, but they're not the kind of I think are going to cause them to do much of anything, especially with Palantir tonight. And Palantir, even here, like it's up 2 points, but it's not breaking out with the rest of this. NASDAQ continues to go higher. ES continues to go higher. Here, I guess, hesitant going into earnings tonight on this bad boy.
Yeah, and for good reason. Never. I like trading anything earnings.
Yeah, it's the data.
Are actually falling here as well. I'm still in target, and I was actually thinking about now. When I saw Walmart there, I thought Target would have been south of 140 there, but you want to talk about a winner versus a loser, man. Target got that W and what that L behind it right now, because this name is just a city there for Target. I like Walmart. I may just get it and try to grab some Walmart. Clearly see this stock versus the other. They are not made equal right there. This is what Walmart looks like. Walmart down 30%, 25% highs. Meanwhile, Target is flipped upside down on that one. Just ripping right there through some of the Target, man. Great opportunity. I know they get a lot of my money every week. A name that these guys might want to look at just for some interest there. Ion. Yeah, look at this one, man. 35 bucks, up 10%. Right there. Yeah, Quantum being talked about. And IBM, my favorite quantum play. Next, I go for that.
I think it was on Friday, the CEO of IBM, or Thursday, the CEO of IBM said it will be a material difference maker to our revenues in 2028. That's a big deal. That's a bribe. Trust me, that is as real as it gets for any substantive talk about that. So yeah, great play.
I spy Brendan in the background. Up to Brendan
for the first time.
You get that. Where's Walt? You know where you're trying to find the word. I found him over there. So what's up, and see ya and everybody. You're about to get ready to midday cruise. So all right, good show.
Oh yeah, we got next.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got a fish today. So yeah, go out there. We'll find out what Neil's. Find out.
Place last time.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Across the street.
Thinking about that too. They have stuff right here is pretty good.
Oh, from
The one that used to be the fresh. The Tim Hortons.
What are they called again?
Or rotation.
Rotation.
You like that too, right, Adara?
I enjoy a good rotation. I already ordered my food though, so.
What are you getting? What are you getting?
Because I'm basic and I love Benedict.
Yeah, that's my lovely wife is always getting a better wherever we go. All right, everybody, we'll see you. We'll talk again. Guys, see you later. I gotta mute that bad boy. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
He is back.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, go. What is that? Rocket
Shoulder lock. Come on. Middle of a war, bro.
Get together.
Rocket launch.
Greetings and salutations, beautiful people. Welcome to the show. That's your boy Joey Options. I'm Sharif. A lot of old names in there. My man Adam DeLuce. Adam, 2 weeks in jolly old London. I cannot wait. I've been back since 2009, since I graduated. So I'm super pumped for this. Shout out to Jinvesting, Ron Millionaire, Scott H. Angry Wife. Monster emails. I'm going to be there, man. Out to the Bud Monster.
Oh, that's crazy.
Ooh, they calling us so, Joey?
Hey.
He is like, okay, I'm going to stay quiet. Their Shang official commodity king got Bovin frickin' Patel. Official Blicky Spears and Ronaldo Mimi Wasabi loves, Valencia Trader. Love that. AJE the deal. And then Mr. Coco Z day trade dividends. Oh, he's a dividend Chris himself. And then I am here declaring his presence is Luis Barbado from the Real Trading Office in Barcelona, Spain. And one of my favorite people, Ben Affleck. We got Snow Trust Fund Madu 4545. We got Gordon, his friend, Trent X. Oh, okay, Trent. On you Gunners, yells out Benton. I heard Bruno Dimar still might be on a bit of a. The Vinny deal seems to be mature, but this for the Gunners. Kicker tantrum, crypto banks, trades, and Kate 526. She's looking at L and looks. Let's see out there. I like it, Case, but low volume. We're gonna keep it on, but just I have to bring your attention to one that is moving, and so ITR up 400 beautiful percent, and he comes into the high of the day. 2070 is the high, Katina man. It is putting in lower highs, but we're looking there through 30. Ritter, look, Ritter is holding structure very simply. Resistance holds a support that is 4. Let's see if we can get the pennies on Ritter, Joey. Sorry, I just gave one super quick because it was break. Pardon me, it was break.
All right, man.
Good morning,
Good stuff. Mr. Love Shack stated teach you how to hold the launchers.
Oh, practice.
You need the
because I do not like it.
it.
So I kind of, you know, I'm a little there.
Doing that around
Vegas,
you
baby.
could probably
Yeah.
an expensive one though. You
I
can
bet.
probably that's an
Let's
expensive
go,
one.
baby.
All right, but we will not forget our. Who do we have in the chat? Obviously, Bravely. Our is also in the YouTube chat as well. Juicy J. Oh, remember those?
Juicy
And Desato.
No.
And we have Vanessa, Sam, Jay Lee, T.I. Same, Zeke. Oh, that's my old dog's name. Zeke.
Nice.
Yeah. Brooke, Mass DJ, Jose, Mano, Chucky, Mr. Gotham, and him, Staging, Jack Jones, Texas Jazz Fan, everyone. Need to go that far. All right, brother Gary. I've been in the chat today, man. Love it all. And I'm excited to bring you guys a couple of things. But first thing, some of our trades and what we have on the radar today, man, we've seen in NVDA a complete with guys. Gabe, that's crazy, man. Why do you say something like that? But 206.
I gotta show that though. That is funny, bro.
206.49, 207. Man, listen, we were. They're right beside me right now. I figured we'd take it for today. But first, let me talk about what we have going on. I was talking about this in the pre-market. When I see the NAS, somebody avoided average price just before the boom, and then you get this nice up here today, guys. But all three attempts are 3 at bats here. IBIT looking out here, but again, smallest position. We tried on the back side of this trade here. No go, and for a third time, so we struck out at. Those were my only 3 trades here for that back in towards the volume weighted average price for Bitcoin. The reason why I stopped, I'm gonna give slated volume signature. All right, just had to wait to see if we were gonna top out the trades, but they didn't pan out. But plenty of time left throughout the day. Amazon is flagging at the volume weighted average price and to grind higher here in NVDA. So plenty of opportunities across the board. And worst scenario, you guys know how we do. We head over to small cap land. 26 Bobbin, all calling out here. There's enough to trade. We just have to wait for the right opportunity for style to get involved with quality chances.
There's my man. I like hearing that patience, Joey. Joey, Volden Ritter. Okay, we 9's on, and we're looking a bit more. I'm thinking 33s probably of resistance being the third of $1, of course. Got a couple of beak wetters there on the white charts. I've got dip trades set up for. I want to defend in the structure. As I made my point very clear, I feel this one is a step-up pattern where it makes an area and then kind of maybe off, consolidates a little bit like you're seeing here. 650 pop. Shot right around that 10 penny area. Breaks again. And the good thing about this is area resistance of the prior area high is acting for the local. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking to build a position between 20 to 28 pennies. I've got 20 on right now. Profit takers. Ideally, this dip, fills me with some more shares, and then goes along its. I don't really know how the cookie's gonna crumble. I'm gonna try to make contingency plans here, but I like to look at Ritter's jib, especially as compared to the jibs, all these other names, which I'm kind of displeased with. So I said jib there. Shout out to my man INH. Remember, we Louis, what did Luis get? He finished, didn't he? Wasn't he? No, Sean. Sean said 0.
Yeah,
INHT's gonna open.
What is he trying to
You
say
finished
over here?
last. You finished 50.
Yeah, but the lowest finished last because it.
Katina man.
Yeah. Katina man.
It's at 0. Sorry. There goes into 34 pennies. 36 options, man. We're looking to take 39 pennies now is where I'm looking. On its 50 pennies. I know you want 50 pennies, Ritter. You don't have any compunction about trade small cap gappers. This one is a beautiful one. There's 37, Katina, and it's looking better and better. Look at this thing. RITR, the breakouts, I'm thinking 50. Let's see what limit up is at the moment. So we're going to pack the patient. Brother, I opening up the shoulder. I get that. But the is interesting.
Oh, boy. But no, man. Chill out, man. Yo, what you have to do when you have
Come on, my God. If I was doing that, you don't
right out. You're bugging, my God. Crazy.
Hold on.
What's up?
What? DMX. What happened to DMX?
Full effect. Yeah, man. That's what we here for, man.
Hold on. What happened to DMX?
No?
What? What to say?
Oh, man.
Texas Jet fan, Joe Rocket, so fresh, so clean. You're getting love in the chat, but let's super chat. On the real, drop 5 nice ones in the chat. We're going to take for that. God, look at what video at the 37. Past few 10% bounce within 2 to 3. Save this tip. I bought out one.
Saved it.
So on the Real TV, I just want to give you a round of applause. That's exactly what I've been saying to him every single time. He looks at NVIDIA, at this thing, man, and then he's angry and then at the bottom end of the range, and I keep that it's holding structure, and he doesn't, right? He wants it at 250, 260, and I get it.
Not yet.
But that's what I'm saying. I think NVIDIA is just holding range whether we like it or not. That's a look there. Shout out to Commodity King. Top drop. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my bad, brother. Neglected to realize that. But Ritter, coming back to Joey, I think we 37.60 penny high, and we're down in 4s now. I've got some here to hold up the breakout right around.
Good stuff. Yeah, well, we can pull up that super time, man. here it is. We're trading 18 times. You know what I mean? So I yeah, exactly. What a deal. I mean, continuously buy. We're back up early over there, Sharif. Oh, look at so there goes the horse race between the largest company between Apple and NVDA. But yeah, guys, what else we got going on? Maybe we just keep an eye out on that and see what opportunities lay there. I was looking at the NAS and on the 5-minute time, what are we doing? It was lagging. And some of the other mapping this morning as well too. The TQs were really behind everything, and I'm like, oh, could this be an opportunity? But we never pulled the trigger on, especially on this beautiful volume price hold, and then off to the races it goes. Get over under play almost, right? So we can see what was once resistance really acted as support. Went, so you're over up a percentage point today. We have this bull flag for on, like oh my, it's looking pretty good. And all-time high on Amazon as well. I was mentioning that it's only a matter of time, and it's significantly quicker than what I was expecting. The same thing is going to happen right here, Microsoft, and I know we were kicking it down, including myself. Sure, I wasn't giving it credit where credit due. Like gaining 10 million paid subscribers quarter, and paying out really well. I think we're on a trajectory where we can. I wouldn't be surprised into some of these stronger software names. We see an all-time month or so. They're only down, and this is a name that has not done over an extended period of time. So if people start buying it up, then watch out for a nice market here on MSFT. And let's see what it's trading from a PE stance. MSFT relatively cheap. Yeah, right.
Bro, is it close to all time again or no?
Microsoft? It's only 13%.
All-time high?
Yeah. But I mean, like, think about it. 30-40% not right? Like, this thing is ridiculously cheap now. Pretty strong run, and that add a rally in it as well too. You have two of the largest market capitalization names, and then that's where you see those. I like the leaders. We can look at Microsoft and Amazon potentials because it's time until we see an all-time high in SFT.
Enterprise customers responding to Crouching Tiger. I think Nadella said on the last that it was definitely picking up, but it's not really till thing like you and Chad or Claude. I think he's trying to be Anthropic, straight to enterprise, straight to B2B margin, instead of a delivery in terms of some of the models. All right, guys, look, let's get right down. GS has a pre-market high at 535, which is 23.80. Just got to the official high of the day of 19 talking pennies, not dollars. The pickings are slim in terms of any gappers above the. There are some, but there's also a lot of leverage, which I would like to stay away from because they're not pure play gappers. They are momentum, given their leverage and given the fact that they're basically shot name that's already strong. So momentum it is, but if I coming back down, that's okay, as long as it holds structure. And by holding structure, I'm talking about it using the price of resistance at intraday support level. So you can see here, very few of any prints on the top one above. But my kind of observation has been in the past that when the breakout level, say like 29, into that 10 penny area, oftentimes the support level penny area. In this case, I'm talking about probably behooves me to throw, lest I miss it. So we're going to go 30. We're going to put a dip trade in and around Ritter. Now, I've done nothing here with, and I'm concerned about the pre-market highs, which in fact have than the volume we're right now. Let me just make the case to you guys. Pardon me. This, if you were up, for your algo was up and it was trading this, it had an liquidity just by way of that 5 a.m. candle, 7.7. How about the 5:05 and 15 and a half? This liquidity in the pre-market is an understatement. The price is, we have these areas of resistance, right? Look at that tail candle at 645, the high of which is 19. Guess where we just got? 1920. And now we're dropping back. Decisive clearing of 20 pennies. That rest a little bit easier. We've taken out local area highs. It doesn't mean we hold the highs of that 5:35 a.m. print. That's 20. So we're still market. So we're going to keep a close eye here on MG because executing on both Ritter and MGM, they're both sub $1 names, both triple-digit winners, the leading gappers in the market as we speak, but their profile here as they are, very cheap, and a lot of people dislike that. 38 Hong Kong dollar. What do you think of Palantir after earnings? 140 question mark. Will you guys come? I could be up 10,000. Personally, I hope you print up multiples, because when you guys do well, we do well in terms of viewers. Just the way it works. Okay, I want everybody on the other side of the screen to do well. I really do. And an honest opinion. So look, we're gonna here. But I gotta say that going in, all right, there could be good. There could, it is inherently a proposition in and of itself. Now, having that, I think Palantir is a fantastic company. Also, want to point out there are social headwinds that Palantir has. It is raising of more left-leaning politically individuals, and so you need to be careful with that. We're making noise about Palantir that I haven't seen, at least in the couple of years when this one was becoming a political hot potato. Just I'm not saying it's bad.
Good stuff. Yeah, let's talk on Palantir. Due diligence on this because it was actually on our options list. Morning, guys. So if you're paying attention, like the fact that you brought up this $140 mark, he found a combination of negative gamma about 10 points. First things first, let's take a look at a move and where it's predicting. 1-4. Looks like you have something 10.4% expected move. Well, ladies, one. This is a pretty good look. Why I want to correlate things since the open because I have not looked at the actual options chain and pull this bad boy up. And yeah, I'll take a look well to see if there's any other. Modera has probably got that unlocked for after the bell, but I think here is going to be the biggest here today. Now, this is what I was right, so you can see that we zone at $130, 23,000. This is actually since after the open, all right. So this might run. Why we have 11,000 contracts, you can just see where all activity is really lay out. Okay, so it's definitely at this strike price. Contracts open with 11,000 open, 12,000 at this point open and closed. Already see the drastic uptick in implied volatility. 100% here this morning to 132. Okay, keep an eye out on this one. And how is the actual forming here today? I think it's really low, and it's an observation that I've made over the past couple. It's underlying how is the stock performing, not but leading up to the earnings report. And you know what, Sharif? This is what's intriguing is that starting today, bright and early, we have a nice little run on NVDA. Resistance here within a downtrend line. We're reporting at the end of the month in this name. If this, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a slight bottom now till then, and then use the earnings report. But back to Palantir, thank you back.
All right, those MGN, we have on. We just went the beacon and a half. We're looking. This is the official high a day. Again, it's been higher in the pre, but we did take out a local area high with 15.2. 20 pennies, 93. 2093 again. This is the high of the day, 95. We don't have any prints above 93 quite yet. That remains high a day. So I'm looking at a trade here, man. I told y'all, MG horse into 21 and a half incoming. I'm waiting at 21, waiting at 22s, 22 and a half. Let's see, 21.4 showing up. And then we're looking for 22 and a half. MGN, the breakouts, it's holding structure similar way that RITR was. RITR, I'll just call it Ritter, is kind of drop now, but that's all right. We have a plan. We're looking to DCA more into the MGN is the breakout. 22. We got 21.8. There's no continuation now. By the day, 21.80. And again, this is a good. Bovin is talking about TAO look at that super top screen over here, but I have to focus when it's back down south of 21. So we're going to was my Ritter added into this like a psycho, Joey. 60 is the high. This one seems, for whatever reason, 6 pennies, 35, now 86 options, man. Little bit above 36 here. There we go. We're going to wait here. Good look on Ritter. Goes MGN into 20. The whole structure shows 17 support. This is 7, but we did take out a nice portion here, but we're so I ideally not out. Let's see if this one can kind of work its way into 25. I was thinking 25. You get into 20. My spidey sense starts looking at the quarter dollar. Maybe my, but that's what I'm looking at, Joey. I'm also looking at
good stuff. I mean, we have a pretty good bull on Amazon for a while. Palantir is selling into the earnings for, we don't always, I mean, anything can happen. It's when it comes to either just going on a night or starting to keep your eyes on that. Meta also here today as well, too, ladies and gentlemen. Good dip buy there from on that. Like, you know what, man, do this, and I think when I'm like, oh man, I wouldn't be surprised 310, 300, and I'm gonna look to grab a way to pull the trigger, credit where credit is due, and then do all the way up there. We were buying, but yeah, Google's on an absolute run. So yeah, I know. To grab a little bit more. I think that was a good opportunity. I think that's a good. I'm gonna grab a little bit of cash. At some point, you will be able to get the price. Have to be patient enough. But this is what out here, and ME a bit of more meta, and I think that could be a questionable. But trust, I mean, trust myself. No, dude. So the thesis on which I'm off of is that I believe there's multiple on this company's shoulder. When one of them is lifted, the other has the opportunity to gain a little bit of ground. Antitrust going on, right? We've seen what happened to Apple, and then they just go absolutely
lift it off.
And that's going to be the narrative here, regardless of how long, significantly longer than what we're anticipating. Another name that's cheap from a PE. Yeah, we understand, but who isn't at this point from the hyperscalers? And I mean, their AI tools aren't the antitrust bigger issue. In my opinion, that's just kind of been brushed under the is holding up this name.
Just one, sure. Guys, Ritter is taking out high. Comes 40 pennies, like a psycho in the 34. Could keep pennies soon. Traded carefully. It is up 100%. Yeah.
Let's take a look at climbing here a little. President Donald Trump making certain comments on Truth saying that nothing to Iran without U.S. approval and that Hormuz is controlled by the U.S. Also saying that whether Iran wants to admit it or not, in fact, talking to a problem that they have caused for decades. Climbing right now, more developments in this arena. Update you.
Great report. They're asking what is going on with interesting comments from President Trump, privately seeking talks. Is that the U.S. Navy controls the sea. He says until the Iran deal is complete, perhaps Iran will never have it. He says the talks with Iran are, yeah. I feel like this is just a daily occurrence where we'll update on the state of the Middle Eastern conflict, but
Yeah.
such is the market, right?
I've been saying that, man. It gets a little tiring just hearing the same thing. Like, got a deal.
Yeah.
We're hitting them hard. Oh, no, they want to talk. All right, man. Yeah, exactly. So but there's nothing about it. It's interesting for sure, but yeah, I mean, aside what else you got, Gorb? I was gonna ask you what your bestseller 41 RITR 526. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Why?
I don't know, man. She wasn't calling. Calling out TAOP. Love you, Kate. That
the lane. But no, as it goes without saying, we mess around a little bit. It's GN. Okay, we now one too. My boy. Whoa.
Live here.
It's an 18 center right there.
22s.
Oh, okay. Oh, it is a fight, dude.
Bro,
Casey said it's good stuff.
I love her, man.
He's like, hey, Joe, we should call Casey and JoJo. I'm like, well,
I just got shafted.
No, yeah, I'm not in it, but you can be the CKC and then JoJo.
Unless you're thinking about
like unless you can sing, we're in trouble. So yeah, well, me too. So that makes two of us. We're not off to a good there, Casey. But anyway, man,
it's ripping.
Get in some of these small cap lanes. Also, another one that's ripped, but this is a 2x leverage play here. NB doing pretty well here today.
Okay.
Tao and their name. Ooh, this one's halted down. But Ezra, Shreve, do you find that when these are too crowded, they do too much, or how do you feel about that?
Pardon me?
Get too crowded?
The small cap?
Get too...
Sometimes it feels like it's a gateway, though, trend. So once you're moving to the upside, you really when it flips.
When it flips.
Luis and his boys
I know,
at the real trade Barcelona, Spain, 500,000 shares to the short side there, rinsing everybody else. Of course, Luis Barbado, obviously great small cap.
Short here.
Don't
say
that around. Oh, come on.
But it
guys, it's a city right now in MGN world, man. 20s be the end of my trade anyway, so we're gonna put 25. There's a big for 40, Joey. They killed him. 25, 20, 24, 95. Now here, we're 25. Good trade on MGN pennies. I take it. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but $0.25. So I'm very happy with this trade. Trade technically into kind of a higher. My only usually do make on these ad, right? I tried not to make it having added at that level, but wherever it comes against me again, so we're going to hold up here in 10 EMA. So watching all these and happy with them. So I think HYFM was a nice one. So let's look, because a lot of people are interested in short. Anyway, HYFM, let's put that on there. Joe got on this bad boy. That's a classic. That's the one that was straddling Louis. I think Louis, like this one, it will a lot of people off, right? This is a bull flag if I've ever seen one, and you have a bunch of people. She doesn't show this. Probably waiting at which is right around $3, but look at there just wasn't, and there was resistance that just continued to bleed. It lost 3 no. It looks like it lost 2 no. Bit of a bounce back into 2.25. Really did drop quite a bit. FM, good call up by Luis. This one was the, pardon me, in the morning we're talking about, and then it bled its own blood a lot though, eh? The one that we call out like 7:30,
Yeah,
8, don't really continue into the afternoon. I always feel like it's new trades here on
blue,
right?
yeah,
And I'm right.
totally fine, man. $91 on Intel. We look at INTC right now. You gotta do, man. Yeah, nice, brother. Yeah, nice call out there. Nice. Oh, yeah, I hate to wrote that down. Tina, man. 91. My guy. Yeah, that's a nice move right there. So really good look. Apple just got 300. So you know what I think score of is that we have a rotate as we would like to be safety these chip names, right? So the categorize them a little bit differently is like these memory outside, but what you have is the upper 0.5%. I mean, that's nothing. NVDA up 3%, that could get going. But then you have the just unit. What we have is the major cap names today, with the exception of, I guess, Broadcom. For see, like it's going to go down, and then we have Apple down 1 3/4, which is not heavily weighted enough right now to what we're seeing in the other top names, right? So just I would look at it anyways, obviously subject, but collective unit here, downside with the which I believe was hit pretty, yeah, maybe a slight rotation out of AA, and this is a dip in my opinion. You don't go all in at once, off a little bit more. iPhone sales growth, it was the guy issue, but I think in picture it's going to be a good opportunity to get involved in. 7-cent dip. Paid a little bit more of that, to be honest with you. You know what, in this company, I want our boy Jensen the share buyback program. When I mean, like, never mind this divvy, just start shares like without that $1 billion share buyback year, or $100 billion. So just insane numbers. But it's actually our flat on this bad boy on pretty hefty. I have to say, and where's work on this, Sharif? On this.
So company profile.
Yeah.
And then scroll down, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Snap. Yeah, let's go get some stuff back, man.
What is it, 24 billion? 20.
Yeah. Can start buying some back. But what I was just saying with Apple buyback program, instead of issuing that divvy or seeing the divvy, I start just buying.
He has, what's it?
But I mean, I'm talking 100 billion.
Oh.
Yeah. Instead of the dividend. Why not? But look at this. An extra 10 years, I mean, this is part of, you're only at a 14 billion at that point compared to what we have on NVDA, billion, right? I don't think Tesla's that. We'll go ahead over. Oh yeah, it's only 3 billion. That's comical. Anyways, but yeah, no seriousness. I think that's gonna be driver for that name without any form of.
What's that guy's name again? It's over there.
Oh, man.
No.
No.
So he asked. He's
so nice.
Polite. I'm gonna go get pizza for everybody. How many should I get? Like, well, usually pizza they get 3, and I was just kind of it on Adam. Right. And then I'm going to get Neil pineapple pizza. Oh, really? Like so like Neil? And I'm like, So this is really.
You know why? Because I always say watching these like just say hi, and every time we get pizza, I'm like, hey man, it's like.
He said that to me. He's like, I don't want for you guys.
He's like, no. And he's like, okay, I'll have some. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Like, good. Michael here?
Oh, then. No, Michael's not. No Rob, no Mark. It's, of course, it is a holiday in Canada. It's called Civic. We had a guys made by the name Caravana. Of course, Caribbean Festival, but it's Americans come up for this thing, and there was the parade down. Luckily for the day when it didn't rain, you know, the weather calling for rain on Saturday. They got that. It did rain up kind of storm. Unabated all day, brother.
All day.
And I don't mind.
Yeah,
as long as you get a bunch
day.
After that.
Yeah.
Which I do. I'm here, bro.
We
saw it. And
I'm that's great.
Katina, got to do it live. Otherwise,
what do you do it though?
Yeah, big. At 34 case, I saw you call this out. There was a 30, so it's holding structure, but something tells counter some bamboozle. Seen it do this. It feels like a color just stepped at 3401. It rose at that level there. Weird, and now it's bleeding. So can you? To watch that one.
Neil rolling with the dual slice on there. Pull up here with IBIT dual Nova slice. Same thing. The same. He switched it up. There, we'll find that out more. There goes Bitcoin back toward the day. This is what I stated. We're just going straight buy program. Oh,
you didn't get.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There may or may not.
Okay. Oh, but that's the one. That's the one. Got away from me. That's just crazy talk.
Somebody you like. It came to my mind.
So
I don't know. Technically, it's not even just biennial. So
the double zoom is crazy. 30, 36, 20. I think we're gonna break through the high of the day. You know what's crazy, man? How high is the SPY?
I don't know, brother.
I mean, well, you gotta just get
All time. This is 2 or 3%.
It's about percent. How about yeah. Now
Get it, Joey.
how much on
2 or 3?
Yeah, 7. Yeah. Getting at here is the SPY has been and that's just obviously not to the fact that they have so much of a concentration to some of the tech. XLV and XLF most definitely help SPY up.
Duo gave me the other day.
What is
year end for Mandarin? Oh, yes.
Did you buy?
No, I didn't. I never buy the street. Do it.
You got
Yeah. I've got it back. I didn't give it to you right away, though. It makes you work for it a couple of days. Like, let me see into his good kind of like pattern there, and then I'll Nick Dub. Very kind of you, brother. Jeff, thoughts on SoFi here. Nick, I'm assuming you are from a technical on the daily though, Nick, or are you looking for a swing? So I gotta need a little bit more from you. Exactly what you're thinking. I'm gonna start the analysis here. I'm gonna start with the data. Okay, so $13. So immediately see that since we sold off from rising at 32, blood we lose 50% of the value or 50 value. That's okay. $15 area here, a clear for this one. So 15, I like. Same token. Look at this, $20 resist. A bit of a range. We got 15, so 20 resist. That 20 just happened side with the 200 moving average on the daily. Okay, so just there until it's not putting resting orders at or thereabouts. And if it comes down there, and then if you need to, if you want, you throw in profit take and you save a piece for the drink. This one make back all time. But that I do like, and in that reason only, I'd be buying it around. You know, you could use the again the options wheel strategy. We're talking about this. No, I'll let Joey obviously talk about this than I, but yes, swing trade, looking for daily, and I'm yelling 15, 20. But to go back to the options, this is where you really, you basically, I do a minute ago.
Yeah.
Remember what he was doing? In a range, and what would he do when it came to the range? He'd be selling calls around there?
Above, what was it? It was like,
it was,
like
yes, you're right. Absolutely, it was. There goes MG, and we added like a crazy person into, here comes posting at 31, 32s. MGN has a 31 or thereabouts is being not. I saw 31 nines. Resistance in and around this area. to 33. 3 not an area I typically resistance. It is, of course, but as such, it could present, at least around there. At 30, I'm going to defer into about 22. This one to take a little bit more of a dive, much on in the way of shares, so we can get a little bit more, maybe at $0.25. Watching all these, couple of trades have been good to me here. DFL. Oh my Lanta. They're coming back. 49 high, showing 52s now, something here. And we're going to have to take off one of these levered ETFs because I'm like DFNS. It's a lot more expensive now, but watch out for this mover. And I think putting it a little bit lightly here. Nick, makes a lot of sense. Absolutely, brother. Where's the give? You know what, Case? Actually, idea for a new animation. I don't know where is listing. Should I tell my over there? It would be like getting rinsed. Like we could get like here as like a person who's standard, and then the end. And I'm getting rinsed and money. My money's taken. So they're yeah.
It's never fun to.
No,
it's usually not a good time. We have fake lads were out on Friday. Two.
Hold on. What happened there? Who won?
Joe.
Oh,
the Jedi.
love it.
Pose. The Chilean Nightmare. And yeah, what was it? What can we call one?
Organically.
The Malaysian Merchants or something.
Something
you know what I mean? But something about anyways, good times. We got to upcoming, but other than watch this and see how some of these names are performing in Tesla. What Tesla? Who said they were buying this? Yeah. It's gonna gonna go there. I grow fighting $11 is what we need. This bad boy at the time, because don't forget you're gonna need a pretty big return. Just get to that mark receipt. Only a 20% Tesla from point A to point B. I'm not even like it's disastrous. But anyway, we'll get it figured out. Who hit the Robinhood? Yeah, there we go. Robinhood with a buy strong across the board here. Shouldn't be considering the mark XLF putting in CI. You're about a 10 level. Same thing with JPM and Manly. So JPM around this area about 2% off. Morgan Stanley a little bit more opportunity to get involved as you are down run. Once these trend lines, I think it's just such good opportunities to get involved in your banks, especially, and they do tend to be down 20%, but they can run from $152 and $30. So you turn just like that, Street.
KC, another 5 Membies. Thank you for that, as we always do, all class 26. We got Basu Game and Bayan. You got one. Pip Guru. Pashka Trading. Venom. all of you guys, Trader TV Live membership, thanks to K26, very, very, always is, and I have to let you know that you guys are premium YouTube subs, eligible to get my morning, that I am here, of course, so mosey to the Trader TV Live on YouTube. You'll see a bunch of tabs. Click posts right there, down to only, and then you gotta hit reads. I've been saying, how come I can only see, well, that put the first page, or like the one the most header, and then you'll see all the main head at the bottom. Read the full PDF here right at the top. I don't have this problem. Yeah, that's sort of link, and then you're going to see that pause the strikes on Iran and crude gave time premium. You'll see AZN, it's mega merger there. Bristol Myers there with Quen 3.8, getting that every day. On that, we often go through them to see whether they're pretty good. Got the beak wet there on a 30.
All right, good stuff. I don't know about you, man. That's sorry to hear about that, but just what your time frame is just, I was saying that where we see names just going, eventually you'll have the rotation things, and that might be out of Apple and some Amazon is still going. Wow, what a tourist move. Yeah, wow. 26.
Get it, that's what's up, baby.
Yeah, 26% in the span of a couple of. When you top out in May and it just grinds slow. Yeah, that's pretty much that. You just go on an absolute. And again, it goes in both that fast. That's probably going to be the. But I don't think it's going to come to an abrupt end, right? That we grind, and it just continues to do its thing. Just pull back. That's the exact same thing that's happening with Google. Google's up in third person. Yeah, I mean, it's
what the hell, man?
And it's in
Apple going straight.
Well, dude, I just was saying, so it's just like out of Apple, you get into Microsoft, Amazon, Google here, and 20683 with program here. All right, we'll get to Diffney. A $10 super chat here. 0 DTE or puts bleeding. Should I just 4? Oh, is he 574 on? Oh yeah, you got the puts. Yeah, that's a look. It doesn't. You would have to again. You have to come up with consider program today. See what the 3 o'clock brings, but I don't going to be overly deep unless we get a crazy list from Donald Trump.
Stiffness is ripping. DFNS got 649, 5660 up. We've seen it. It's up 90% again on this one's name, but it does have a 53 seller. The spread is tightening 50 pennies now. This is putting in a rounded bottom now. It did, sure. So my focus is going to be on this as opposed to others. I want to see if we can get up now. I want to pick opportunity, so I'm going to flip to the spot support and resistance. I know for a fact there's a here, you know, prior area high digger. It's just about where, and so I can kind of put my out. Now I'm right. Affect, of course, my share size. So I have support here at 50. Okay, but I'm seeing the same area of resistance. Stair stepping up. I don't know exactly how I want to get, but looking here, failing 51 and a quarter, 50 axis is projecting that 50 now showing up 50. Now we can give this a try, 50, right? And $1. I'm going to give this $1. Take over here so I can throw.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, man. For it looks like it might take another like and minty gush. I understand what you're saying, but especially what we're seeing in the now. So yeah, I don't think you're wrong. So I mean, dude, that's why sometimes the spread route is the way to go. If you're okay with losing that, then by all means, but you can also mitigate some options as well. Here it is, IB at break this structure and maybe head into price. But what we do is we have it really, really well here, guys. So not too bad of a look. We talked about for this bull flag to kick off. See to head over to the from an open interest standpoint and why we have 750. If there's a contracts open at that level, then we might run into a. What I've checked from last night, I don't think that's. I see 207,000 contracts. This is small potatoes. As my guy would say, of this will hit the stone cold for NVDA as there's resistance. I mean, this is Friday's expiration, and we'll wait until it doesn't have much of an influence on what this named all potatoes do. You know who that is? Small potatoes, more a train that is NVDA today. So pretty good. I mean, we can climb in this one relatively cheap. $100 on NVDA there. By that time, my friend, what's disagree with you? What's breakdown? The IT. We'll head over to our large cap going on. I like how Shree brought up the point. So this is how Shree he sits down at his scanner. Leverage products. Yeah, I know. Happened in South Korea, like people are just gonna get absolutely destroyed. And Sean, we're talking about this morning as well too. Once it's over. No, it's not funny because it's real people. You have to be how you want to. Now they want to start releasing single stock. Well, congratulations, bro. Let more. Like it's crazy to see this stuff just going on. It's horrible to see what happened in South Korea. Came down crazy stuff, and a lot of people, which is not good, and it's going to wave of participants to step in, but using it in the right way.
Exactly.
Into a lot of trouble. Not exactly. I'm glad that you finished off with a whole.
What was that 24-year-old, 25-year-old Austrian whatever. The guy that was running, and then he was the one selling. Neil, the dude.
Oh, Leopold there, yeah.
I was telling you, Leopold
What was he?
He levered up the entire 50% in Citadel, rinsed his 50% clip. I mean, Kramer was angry with and why people were selling Intel. It was time because he was levered up. He sense why people were selling Intel.
It's Russia, and you don't want to own. It's so hard to gain back. Like, look, coin out, just remove it off the exchange at this point.
Doing well here, man. We're $2. Give me my money, man. Their stiffness is very close to 54. I took it out at got 50.91. I'm looking for a 50 high of the day. We're looking to see if we can finesse. Look, in higher lows, higher highs, it defended, which is why we got 50 area. Of course, when you're this spready, I go to the 2 nodes. So I'm looking for a big break here on DF. SX ripping. Shout out to Grunfeld. Both of these guys called. I think Grunfeld was first, just to give him credit there. And it's a 10-penny name. It's got 10. I focused on DFNS as I have. This one I can be out of the. I almost am here. It was just almost, and now I'm almost have one out left. We did really good. I'm not out of the clear quite yet.
Check your check. Yeah,
she wants to know what flavor.
Yeah, whatever. The lemon pepper.
Yes, please. That was 8 minutes ago.
Would you get the lemon pepper?
The protein bar?
Oh, it's just a protein bar.
But yeah. So Joey, down pretty aggressively. I'm still 50. I'll have to give this one 55, 56 without me. So allow this tricky buyer there last time. Buyer. So let's see if back into 52.
Boss Games, Casey, I believe that you received from. It's funny because I have your name here. I'll tell you guys, I was next from I'm gonna follow in case it is what I'm gonna do. I mean, people who I believe in the chat, and you guys can hold me accountable. Just tongue in cheek, individuals, some membership.
I love it. Sorry, look, she's so kind. How much do you send it?
Go, we're sending it over the desk.
I got cookies and chunk chocolate. I'm very only 1 gram of sugar in each. So 21 grams.
Boy. I promise you guys, we're gonna do a membership giveaway. Right? Send it over to the desk.
Let's start doing run to what's happening now. The SPY 2%. You have the triple, almost 2.5% on the day. Also up 8%, whereas the I were 8% and a half. We're going to talk about Nova. So William Blair, that's an investment V, to its outperform rating on this stock. that quote unquote we are taking and believe that the market still underestimates by which U.S. power grid need to be built out in a node over 8% right now. That ends $3 trillion market cap. So it has also come in as Amazon has percent over 5% as of right now. That is as of today, 17% as of last. Biggest weekly gain that it's had 15. Before we send it back to the guys, what is the lesson of the day?
Thank you, CS. Is this actually made this point in the morning back on it? It's like, oh, I completely even myself. And given that Friday of the month, sometimes we have a lot of big imbalances. There's the last 20 minutes, sometimes it can be a half an hour, given that skewed by that window dress, crazy price action, whatever it might be. Sometimes want to completely throw out that price action. Thinking about key price structure, it's a that can. And despite having said all that, myself allowed that to completely cloud today. So I'll save the land out for a quick little second. This is NVIDIA. This is gap down, bottom, a flat top break at right here. Down is $200. Then rounded Friday in the morning, afternoon, $200. This at the end of the day, when and you're dealing with the close, crazy break of 200, we're right back in the aftermarket, and then right today. See where this is headed if you watch the morning for this move here. These levels at the end of the day with the window dress out of 200, a gap fill to 205 with also resistance prior close at 06.5, maybe 08. That's a obviously, which is who then took the break and that nonsense window dressing for my exit. I'm like, it has all that room. I just no, I take breakouts and pull through overhead resistance. It's because that's the level. Now, sometimes that would be true. And a lot of times, the way you trade is the way you trade, fair enough. When the range by that crazy action, which is, it's a bit of a one-off. So, and it's as long as I've been looking at the, when you have that price by window dressing or skewed by an, sometimes because resistance at 200, full at 200, outside of for 30 minutes. It's not to say you completely throw it out, probably, but there's no scalp, like right away, like can. That doesn't even, there's no chance I would do that again. To acknowledge not just that you wrong, but then what's the wrong read. And the reason actually giving the same to a price area that was location on window dressing. This wasn't like some media house, but then traded through there. No, when you can expect big window dress, you got a little bit of it, throw things out. It's like this. Like, look what happened to Apple. Also had a crazy. Look at the Apple 306, 310. Right. Well, what happened? Who cares? All of that, it just closed that gap in. It's going to do that every. But level was window dress. Level was just a bitty crazy. Not this is you're used to, and you shouldn't give respect to that type of a strategy. If it's a technical from respecting prior ranges, all that stuff, important at the end of the day. Its highs were a vacuum resistance on a Fed day. That was just some imbalance action. I overrated it, and that's literally the difference being 1-to-1 and holding on to NVIDIA 1-for-5 and being great. NVIDIA enough room to avoid for whatever reason, but for that reason I wasn't needed to go. Just the gap fill that you would doing the opposite of what happened. It's not that this will happen all the time. We see some kind of event that skews, but really it doesn't. And you need to be self. I can't grade lunch as a pill over regular stuff. Free protein bars that Shreve has. You say cookies and cream. You know that's protein bar flavor. Like, that is one of the best. So send you guys back. The professor who's all right, guys.
Dirty.
I gotta tell you, and VinFast continuing specifically strong Q2 momentum, delivering more than EVs globally. That is up 6% year over year. Reached vehicles. That's up 78%. Forces the company across expanding EV portfolio. By mid-year, we achieved approximately 43 2026 and 2020 targets, putting the company on track across both. Good look here for the great fast. No sling from Costco. Road at a pharmacy, very similar to CVS. It's what we have in or in big one. There's other. This one is one across the road on Ram.
Yeah, right.
It was nice and
from there.
I don't know what you got. Did you get anything else from Shoppers? No, thanks.
It's there, man.
It's always expensive points, my
boy.
My look.
Yeah.
My MasterCard got the Optimum Master. DC Financial, my guy.
Yeah.
It's about $25, but I just
need a pack of those, man.
someone on X, an American Airlines flight, and have trouble for. Are you not allowed to use it on the airplane? Hold on, like there's no.
If that was the case, my hockey buddy
saying.
There's no way him at the duty free. $3 a pack when I was in Mexico. $3 for it's like 18 bucks.
Yeah,
exactly. Let's get right back into this market here. On you, Joe. Thanks, man. I know. I beat out Mr. Clean Evil. 3-0. Step up the competition with that. I said Zane. We'll throw somebody else on and see what else we have. But anyway, $1 here. Pretty big run. SoFi up 7. So finally finding a bottom is a clear supply zone at which we bounced off. And so I think it's clear that we can mark support system and move to the northeast. We want Weber. Yeah, I mean $4. That's a 7. A little, it just gets uglier. Value in this, then by going to be sitting pretty in something. Only 9% off of the all-time, and a little bit less, I believe. But yeah, about the same here off of the all-time. Good. Here's the security ETF, which I don't believe holds any. It's great, actually. It's just IBR. And then we want to see what the holdings are. All right, we like this shirt. My boy, this guy's ready to rock. ETF 99. Like we had that. That's what you want to see. So 8% like Cisco, Broadcom. Like I'm okay. F in there as well too at 3. You got going on already. We're gonna play. Brenda. Everybody. Oh, why can't? Let's go, man. Yeah, but up the level, man.
Sends me to
But up,
like
going on
in the deck
mode.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Take your ass back home. This is good. Oh no, Joey. I got to. Come on, baby. Let's go. Spin kick. No. Getting beat. Beat, man.
Oh no. It's crazy.
Oh, we save it.
It's crazy.
I'm not liking it. We're gonna play another.
We are Tiger.
Yeah, this is everybody's stream.
Yeah.
Do the uppercut, the hard though. I can never kind of do this. Hold on, he's not giving me room, Joey.
NVDA, man, we'll buy a little bit more. Looking at it, and I'm looking at also keeping an eye on the chat there, just in those lemon peppers is when no one else serious. NASDAQ new high of the day. We have the SPY. This is just which we have to be. Look how much to a T Amazon up at the volume weighted average. I mean, far fast. Like everything that Amazon has going. careful for any form of takers considering it Magnificent 7 to do so in the past. Aside from Apple, I should say, aside of Apple, these bad boys are. This is the is AMD, and I both like consolidated $36 now, and I wouldn't be surprised if we out here 210, like 208, 200, and it's looking really, really optimistic. It's just these memory names. There's no one that and blown up. So it's just like fun while it lasted. And this goes up 4.5%. Okay, Hynix still down. Same with Gate here, still off. Isn't horrible. Up in the 7th. Get it. Some neck of the woods. Micron about to turn positive. A couple inside days. 34% to the down. We'll go over some of the earnings. What level are you on?
We're gonna go.
Yeah.
Oh no! This is always the hardest. Like, yeah, it's like most here. I'm not good enough to beat Ryu. I has the same move.
Yeah, he's getting.
Look at this.
Oh,
so we flipped here. Got beat. I always
pizza is. Yeah, you're the best, bro.
Let's talk about this break. UPC, the volume weighted average earlier, and I was like, I'm not going to be a fan of this one until pricing it quite well. So now this is the 1 minute multi-time frame look. Be a different time frame. So you're failing. Is this going to high? You have to look at this on a trading. Its own blood in a very not halted down. See the halt bands where halt bands set up, but it just lost always volume at an average price before failing here. When I see it make me a little bit
on some of these mining companies that President Trump a roundtable of mining gigs hosted by the U.S. State Department TSLA to the upside here. So as we get could be attending a roundtable of U.S. State Department from which companies are going to keep you guys posted, change around some of the names that are or is not reported.
This is about the kind of the module no bottom requires a whole different regular. Holding that one for a while. We'll see. That's in my long-term account, and we're not. So it's up. It's going to have to be up a little bit more. At the moment, Joey, I got to tell you, I'm not. Everything is trading. Right, all the patterns, TC, GN, RIT, FNS, the FNS may and get back above this 50 at the moment. For the moment,
we had our pillar also in the
health tomorrow. season.
Did they? Or
Okay, well, they're not. McDonald's, Wayfair, Pfizer, a whole bunch more. Caterpillar, yes. That's already happened.
Okay. What I see, this could be wrong, but AMD here. Oh, Dell, American Arista Networks also after right here, guys. So Starbucks, yeah, Pfizer, a mixed bag. But hey, we'll take a look at the expected moves here in some of these. We'll kick off with we'll start with AMD. Actually seeing that neck of the woods, but what we're looking at move standpoint, D guys after the bell is 1 second approximate $521 high 41. Seagate Technology here 9.5%. 146. C.
Use the market.
This is pretty accurate, man. I don't know why.
You just have to look. Yeah. Okay. When we're here.
Little bit of technical upside over 1.5% will take for Y. That is up almost 8%. Estimate 21.70. Set to announce results of August. The time has not been. IRW also Ironwood Pharmaceuticals its second quarter call on Thursday. So two up almost 8% on the day. That's up 5%.
Thank you. Oh. For that CNCK. I typed it wrong. See what this one is up. Volume. I loves these light ticker. Okay. We can maybe, and that would help. Area line is the day high. Oh, this it's got, or is that coming at rand? See that 10, 20, 11, 12, 20. Another look, it's got an I've Rip City right now looks pretty good to get it. You know, more vol. You know, we're going to situation breakout. The fact in a move, at least hold a Christmas tree read with no Beverly Hills or like shut it to my man. Thank you. The live is a pre my morning note every at ghosts, and you'll see him at the bottom there. Thank you. At not name EXAAOG Nebius as well, and EBL and BIG, but these trade as leverage ETFs are not gappers if I can, but hey, our WU 34, 35 ETF got what leverages? Yeah, moving up again today. Up another 6. LITX, AXT ETFs on the way to filter out these leverage by market. And you may miss some others. Yeah, guys, I don't have big. Let's have a look at this.
SpaceX, not
Let me. Yeah, brother. So in the pre, it is about 230. My rules about the volume weighted average. I believe it's area low, but still the 408 area high. Official the open. So there will be. We're talking about 2. Is there the bull flag? Then you've got official submit to you 3.5 to 380. Also, that was a consolidation range, and then you've got the 2, which are in and around 4. Is on a day where we're not going to get HYFM and execute something clear, give you guys so that he will take price here, so we'll be able to see the whole price, whole time, 12.23, in the top, $23. You weighted average price here. You have 3. So keep that in mind. Just put it in, not in a bag. Even says multi-tap. I don't like us fail that way down. So
all right. I do have a side thing going on. So of course here, AMD, Net, A-Lab. So what we have 18.3% of so ever guys with the high dollars, I'll take $4. I guess if that's gonna, I mean, more. And I think, to be honest with you, so I'd rather go. Who knows? Anything can happen. Could move here. Of $3. It's all right. We had Caterpillar short this bad boy could move before the bell, I should say. 6 around $880, $67. Wayfair, an interesting name. He's strategically pivot some of this cloud provision and expect $126, low around $98. Una momentum. We're gonna in Shopify for the open here this week. at 6:50 in the morning. That got downgraded this morning.
Inspired 2% market moving right. Electric tech of NVIDIA, that is 5.85%. Cisco flat. AMD GE up 3%, up 5% on the day. But STS down closer to 4, down over 4%. In a very strong sector from Google, Microsoft, Meta. %7%. Oracle is up. Palantir over UP and 2.4%. And a name that I check all the time. Beauty that's also through dance. Major names, but up. And Robinhood, that's 5.5% close. RI also up 2.5%. CO 2%. Amazon, Walmart is the Home Depot's down. Manufacturing, that's a green plan and a large CE up to down. PEP Lilly, BBV and March 2% respect up. Consumer service industries, well as health services. I'm seeing right here, but if flash it off, let's take a look at up 1.5%. UP Dash up 5% and UAL.
Let's take a look here. Keep an eye here on you. CBS reports with the raw marks made by suggesting that there would be talk about CBS report. Discussions are going to continue involving U.S. Iran's negotiation team. Iran basically saying they're not as focusing for shipping, engaging with the U.S. back and forth news with the U.S. even from the U.S. camp.
This is moving again to local area high. You know, $3, 53, 54. A clean hold alive to that, but anything move 54 sell last time. One is moving. Watch out for the 54. We couldn't print little. There's 56.40 on DFNE. Below, here comes up. We got 54. Continuing to 53. 53 guys, a lot of volatility as 48, 55. Got here. What do you got on your
stuff? Let's breaking down. Slight pullback here. Cap names now. And I feel back. be still fully intact, and its earnings report a pretty weak look. And how far now? 24. Yeah, 7%. I mean, it could be a good opportunity to get $1.63 dividend. Gentlemen, guidance, we don't really care. Uber about so unfortunately, see is that up on the earn up, we break through the system. That bubble, but that I'm in love with. I have to wait for that 230 in order for us to really start trades and boarding the market all the way up for micro pullback. Now, I think we're only at this point. We already worked wide morning some couple to see where the Dow Jones was up to morning. So yeah, watch the end of the day 610s, and it's gonna hit all the time. It's just a matter. So yeah, that's tough. We took our swing. Don't good opportunity for another short. I don't want to everything is just, hey, then look for the continue. So with that,
there. Oh man,
yeah.
Add into the dip.
Would you?
Okay.
The
Nice breakout though.
all right, 50. That way up to 50. It's at this point. It's 80. That's here on the now high the day. Is without any hold this market.
And I see RIT awakening here and starting a 30 this care for move higher to say 25 ITR doing just take kind of at 50 for that. Keep an eye get above. So it gives it doesn't cost a greater claiming